helicopter with the Minister of Agri to see how the coffee farms in Taraba is working. And you return back to Abuja. There's no ceremony about it. The governors of that region don't need to assemble at the airport. That's another thing that they do. If the president is coming to Southeast right now, all the governors of the Southeast will be in Owerri, for example, to wait for him. What for? Don't you people have jobs?
let me say this real quick and I'll move the mic. So on that point I was making, right? We have to start doing things differently in our country. That's just what we're saying, right? We have to start doing things differently. These things, they don't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. The presence of the president on, and what is this thing where a disaster happened somewhere, all right? And then we lost 70 something 2018. We lost there was a mass burial, 73 thereabout people that were killed in Benue State, 2018. Buhari did not even attend the burial. He didn't attend it, right? In 2018. And then they do this thing where they say, I have ordered the chief of army staff to move. So every time there is something happening somewhere, the chief of army will move there. The chief of police will move. Oh, okay, there's another place there. Okay, we all move over there. There's another place over there. It's happening there.
I say Buhari needs to be exhumed and burnt. He does not deserve to be buried.
The bigger conversation, why don't you rejig this whole thing? Why are they always moving? I have ordered the chief of army to move to Benue. I have ordered the chief of IGF police to move to Plateau State. I have ordered the chief of defense to move to what is wrong with this analog mentality? There are bigger countries than us, and they have come up with better mousetraps, right, to secure these things, to fix these things. How about the food insecurity? That this clashes. Well, I scratch that. This genocide, this genocidal attacks from these headsmen is adding to the overall food inflation. How about we come with ideas and say, okay, we provide security for these farmers to go back, because Benue State is food basket for a reason. How about we create a buffer zone? We create a buffer zone and say, okay, we build residences, farms, and everything that they're going to need. We provide security, and in that buffer zone, we make sure nobody gets in there, so that the production can continue, so that the economy can keep running, even as we come up with long-term solutions to the insecurity problems. Nobody is talking along these lines, and they pay me.
That proposal was submitted in 2017. They rejected it. Tudo,
my goodness.
That proposal you're talking about right now was submitted to the armed forces in 2017 as a tactic to take over Boko Haram and hold that space, and they rejected it. So what you just said is not new. I held the proposal in my hand. It was submitted to them. They rejected it. It was supposed to be claim, hold, and claim, hold. How were they going to hold? They're going to establish farms and settlements by retired military people in those zones, so they can trigger alerts while the military go inside, penetrate, and reclaim. So I just wanted to put that in there before I actually start my submission. Sorry for cutting you off.
Oh, no. Sorry. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm just spitballing here, guys. And if we want to be progressive, these are some of the ideas we have to bring in if we're really genuine about fixing some of these insecurity issues, except if we're not. Then it's understandable, why we just continue to do all these, put a band-aid on a sore. That's what we're doing. We're just covering it up. But when we're not interested in really curing whatever is going on. Anyways, now we have people in IDP camps in the same bed. I'm still in Benue. They are protesting for being abandoned in those IDP camps, right? Remi Tinubu went there, gave 1 billion, and the others are, don't forget us, And it's a shame, really. It's sad. All right, let's okay, Teke, I think you should go ahead. And after you're done, we'll take, I think, Caller Day before Steven. That will be the order. So, yeah, Teke, jump back in.
Yeah. So this is my first time in the obedient ninja space, and I did not read the room properly before requesting the mic. So I'm going to first things first request protection from the Shogun himself. That the ninjas don't attack me when I say what I want to say. Do I have your
Don't
protection?
worry, Sensei is here. Sensei is here. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, so I actually got triggered when I heard some of the submissions about Table's health and his apparent incoherence, not being aware of what's going on in Nigeria, and then further got alarmed when I heard some submissions that kind of are sacrilegious to maybe the northern obedience. I think I'm not sure what the idea, full idea, and maybe it's still being formed about the obedient ninjas. But so I will not hold anybody to responsible because I was going to put Jimmy on blast right now. I'm going to put Tudo on blast right now. But the obedient ninja is still new.
Sorry,
We're still
I'm
trying to
trying to
figure
follow
out.
you. What exactly are you referring to?
Okay, so now we had multiple submissions about Bola Tinubu is not even aware that he doesn't watch TV, he doesn't know how to change
Oh,
the
okay,
channel.
okay.
He might not be aware of what's happening in Nigeria. Guys, we don't pass this level now. Who's bringing out that kind of submission has something against this guy? There are new data points that are proving that this guy is fully aware. No be Hindu River State. Yeah, I agree to 2023, 2022 election, Balabu and all those things and what he was saying. Yeah, I get it. But the guy that is a cute Q for River State, was this a person that is not following, who doesn't know the pulse of the people that could execute something like that? Is this somebody that is going to Delta State and bringing the entire PDP structure against his own Delta APC structure in Delta State into APC? Guys, there are certain narratives we should not be repeating because there are a lot of obedience here on these sections that we'll go to other spaces or live with such thinking. That the man is not coherent, or this one, no, that we should nip some of these things in the bud. You're not obedient, that what Justice just said about exhuming his body and burying and burning it and throwing. I get you hate the man. I get it. I fully understand where you're coming from. But know how you won't talk that thing. We call Muslim, we the obedient. We hear that no go touch am for body. It go touch am no matter as the man be. No matter as the man war. You go touch am. Let's not encourage this kind of speech thinking. Might be in your heart, might be in your closed door, but bring it out like that, you're doing more damage to the brand. I'm big on that. I'm big on the brand. I'm big on expanding the brand. I'm big on expanding the camp that the obedience operates in. I'm big on that. And so when I hear things that kind of, doesn't give us a leg up, I cannot get triggered. And depending on where I am, I'll come up and say something. Jim is my brother. So I'm not going to see a person to do something for my brother's house. And I'll come sit down and just look and say, I'll go to lesson and me get the house. But to protect his brand, but now you get the house. But I have to protect it because it's my brother. Same thing with Tudo. So when I hear this kind of conversations and everything, that whole 2020, yeah, the peak line is there. But medical people, as this medical thing be now, when they don't diagnose you finish, you go find out thing now one small thing now they cause this problem. I'll give you a live example. Live example. Somebody had somebody on medication from diabetes. For some reason, all of a sudden, there are moments in a day where this guy just starts behaving like an imbecile. So it's just there's no trigger. He just starts behaving like an imbecile, you know. And people will be looking like, what's going on? They'll be fighting, they'll be drooling, fighting, acting like, yeah, 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 and all that stuff. Eyes rolling back, you can't walk and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, he'll snap back to it. It will last for, it was like 30 minutes, 1 hour episodes of that. And this was just a spiritual attack. That you say, okay, cognitive mental is going on. But at the end of the day, it happened in front of a medical doctor. And she sat down, and lies. And while she was trying to hold and restrain the person, she just shouted, bring me soda. Bring me soda. They gave her soda. She put in the person's mouth. The person recovered instantly. The medication was too much. It was bringing that person's sugar way down too fast that the body didn't have time to create enough sugar to recover that person. And so they went into that state. When she forced sugar into that person's state, she said, okay, medication is too much. That was it. If not before that thing happened in the public, for at least for the next 10 years, they're going to abuse the man and say, that might get mental problem. Meanwhile, my medication. So my point of this story is this. There are certain things, we have new data points we can use right now that are live and direct and fresh that trumps all of these things that we're saying about his cognitive awareness. Because whether you believe it or not, he has proven with his recent actions that he's cognitively aware. Wherein they bastardly they strategize to go bring more people from other camp where he called the Yap ADC. Man was on TV, wasn't it 2 weeks ago? Yapping ADC? Confused people, Abby. And you see that man is not cognitive, doesn't know what's happening in the country. Guys, come on. We can do better. We got the skill sets to do better. Let's just do better. And
Okay,
let's not
Teke, who
inflame.
made this submission?
Let
I
me
couldn't. I wouldn't.
So
You know
no,
who
no,
triggered me to
Teke.
come up. It
So
was when Kolade.
let
When Kolade came
let
all
up,
right,
me
and
Kolade,
yeah.
Bob
Kolade
Fat
respond, and then
something. I
I'll
said,
say something.
Bon
Yeah,
Kolade
Kolade
there.
respond,
So
and then
let
I'll say
Bon
something.
so
Kolade.
let me say this, my brother Teke. I think you got the premise wrong. What we are saying is nobody is saying Tinubu does not know what he's doing. It's a different thing when you know what you're doing, and
Yeah,
it's a
it
different
was a
thing
passing
when
comment. The main
it was a
argument
passing comment. It
was
wasn't like a debate
those
topic or
cognitive
a
declines that
debate or what
happens
we are.
at that
No, no,
age.
no, no, no,
Anyways, Kolade, continue.
no. So what I said is one thing I know. It's just like you saying Tinubu will read a 200-page budget, or Tinubu has a time. Not even before now. Even when he was in Lagos, he doesn't do it. At least I'm. Okay, this is a public. I'm like 2 people away from him, so I know what he does. People they do everything for Tinubu. You get it? So the other comment is just saying, not that he doesn't know. He can talk. He can say, go and do this for me. If his friend comes, he can say, Lofun Lagbajani Kini, go and do that, go and do this. But when it comes to like, okay, let me go on the streets and go and see, okay, like how much do they sell fuel at the filling station? Tinubu will not, I don't know how he wants to know that. So it is the feedback they give to him. So what we're trying to say is that in such situation, even Jonathan's time, you think Jonathan, when you become the president of a country like Nigeria, you are easy to be blindfolded, not because of anything, but that position, like you have people doing everything. So it is what they bring to you, like it is what they want you to see that you will see. So that's the angle we are coming from. But if it's someone who have the people at heart, he will be the one to ask the right question. He will be the one to say, you know what, put that TV station. I want to watch 8 o'clock. I want to do this. Go and get me that. That's at the angle we are coming from. So it's not that we made it a
Give me
debate.
that newspaper.
Nobody.
I want to see what this editor is
I want
writing
to
on this
see what
particular
is
subject.
you get the point. So
Yes.
that's the angle we are talking about.
Tinubu doesn't have that energy anymore to do all those things. That's on period.
And that's exactly where I disagree with you guys. That's my point.
Oh, so okay,
I
bring up your
completely agree.
argument.
That's all.
Let's agree. Are you saying that Tinubu read the budget?
No, I'm not saying
Are you
he
saying
reads the
that
budget.
Tinubu reads the newspaper every day?
No, I'm not saying he reads the newspaper every
So
day.
give me an
What are
example
you
of
saying then?
make your case.
Okay, what I'm saying is this. A busy CEO, if you want in management, high management, executive management, there's something called executive summary that is usually max 4 sentences or 4 bullet points that tells you everything that you need to know and you need to take action on that should be concerning to you in that. That's the first line that that person reads. Everything else is just, meat and bones to buffer those 4 bullet points that that executive needs to know. That's how these guys have been operating for years. They don't need to know the minutiae of the details. When they get interested in that 1 bullet point, then they go into the minutiae of the details to get those things. But that's how you present an executive summary. And for these guys, that's all they get.
So now you're saying what we're saying. So what we are now saying is that for a country like
But my
Nigeria,
point
those
is, you
who
do not
prepare,
need to read the
oh,
200-page budget.
hold on.
But
That
Okay,
the
summary,
okay.
president of
just
a
hold on.
chaotic
That
country like
summary,
Nigeria is only
hold
reading
on now.
4 bullet
Those
points.
who
It's a
prepare
problem.
that, look, the main point we are talking about is those who prepare that summary that you are talking about. They are the problem. In that summary, it is what they want him to see there. It is what they summarize for him that he sees. That's exactly the argument we are making, or I am making.
But that's even the American president. That's how he functions.
They don't get
No,
America
You're
will
aware
that's
not
of that,
not
lie
right?
that,
because if they
bro.
lie, they
No,
will go
no,
to
that's
jail.
not
America is
true.
different from Nigeria.
That's not true.
America is
No, but I'm just telling you that executive
That's
summary
not
is
well.
how
You can
every
call it
president.
executive
That's what I'm
summary.
just trying to
Don't
say.
put it as if it's a forward line. They have advisors on different sections. Every time
section.
they
No,
get their security briefing, they get the briefing. They don't just give them
Exactly.
4 bullet points. Do you know what 4 bullet points is?
My my point is, it's summarized.
so
It is
the
not
so
200
listen now.
pages.
So take care,
Get that point.
my brother, take care. So the my own argument is this: in Nigeria, it is what they want. It is what they want you to know. That is what they will summarize for you. That's the way Nigeria works. So, for example, if there is 200 killed in so place, then the what's it called? The chief of staff said, "Don't put that. The president is not in a good state of mind. Just go and remove that line. Remove that line." Like it is what they pass on to him that he sees. That is the argument I am making. In a country corner, it's not like a free place where like you want to see, you want to know, you want to see it yourself. So it is what they pass on to him that he reads and he just feels everything is okay. Compared to it trying to like go really, really dig down himself to figure out what exactly is happening. That's the argument I am making.
Yeah, Kolade, you are even beautifying it because the major point we're missing there, some of the people who are even giving him this briefing have no clue. There are people who are filling spots because they know someone. They have no clue.
Okay, I will continue to be in my ignorance, but I'm trying to make you understand that there's more to what you're saying than you realize.
Make me
Okay,
understand, my brother.
okay,
Make me understand.
okay, 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 okay. Let me give you another example. This one, I was sitting down there. I was in the next room, but I could hear it. Now, what you said about, a governor, this one is president, right?
Yes.
Now, let me take this down 1 step. A governor. During the Niger Delta crisis, when Uduagan was there, I was in the other room when they were dealing with an active situation with Niger Delta militants. Now, there were 3 powerhouses fighting in the bush against the military. The military, under the control of the governor, was listening to everything happening live. The one thing I could hear is they asked for permission. The man said, "I don't have power to give that permission." The military guys executed all the Niger Delta militants, and they just off the mic. They cut the communication, and they moved in and continued the operation. That's a governor level, oh. Yeah, you don't know what these guys and if you remember during the OB campaign, 2022 campaign, when it was exposed that I think it was Wiki and it was proven, even Sahara reporters have that in their archive newspaper, where the governors in the South had already secured communications styles that can tap into anybody's cell phone in Nigeria, operated by the Israeli. These guys have these things. They use it and turn it on when they need it. So to think that they are not aware or they don't know
Better, you're still
or they are
not
not in
getting some
touch.
points. You're not getting the points. We are not saying they don't have the capability to do anything. The argument you are making is simple. Look, Nigeria has everything it needs, like to function properly. But what we say is when you get to Aso Rock at Tinubu's age, okay, those around you, for example, there are things that they will not even let you know. You won't get to hear it. It's not because it's not there, it's not because the data is not there. But if they don't give you the data, there's no way you can make an informed decision over it. It's not that if they tell Tinubu, oh, this this is happening, what should we do? It's not that it will give them the wrong advice. No, no. But rather than saying, oh, this is happening, those under him, like his chief, they cover things up within themselves. Like they'll say, you know what? Don't let him. Don't bother him with that one. Just let him. Like they kill it among themselves. Like just like they don't want to bother him. Let him just be. So it is the things they want him to know about, or the things that you get it that he gets to know. It's not because those things, the data are not there for him to access it. But if it's someone who is like more intelligent, like younger, and who can still do it, it will be the one to request and say, no, I don't need, go get me the full this thing about XYZ, or go get me that, or go get me that. Remember what I said earlier? The man does more of talking. Like if he knows his friend, he can say, you know what, go and give call it one of his son, Sheyi. I'm just an example. I'm not saying Sheyi, tell Lagbaja to go and do XYZ, or Remy, you get to tell this person to go and do XYZ, or make sure they give, or just tell a minister, just go and make sure this person does this. So anything he says is now left for the, in quotes, chief of staff and every other person to now go fix it. His own is to talk and they go do. So that is what we are saying. Compared to a PO, like for example, you say a PO will be president, they will now say that these people are padding budgets. You now bring the budget to his desk. You get it after all the opera, and he will just sign it off like that. Nah.
Can I say something on this topic, please?
Well, that's
yes.
For someone who
Please, can I say something?
Mondo Public, can you read even that thing? The governor of Edo State that is making a speech, give him that thing he said about Obi, put it in writing, tell him to read it. He cannot read it.
So I want to say something, please. It's about. Can you guys hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello. Okay. Sorry for cutting anyone short, but I want to say something. It seems like Kolade and Teke, you guys are at parallels. I understand perfectly what you guys are saying, but like Teke said, Kolade, there's this thing you guys there's another side to this thing you guys are saying, and it's dangerous. That's why he's against it and I'm against it. This thing you guys said, I understand perfectly you saying these guys don't bring it to him. But let me just tell you the aftermath of this thing you guys are saying. You can see now Buhari was a terrible president. Now people are, as he died, people are trying to whitewash him. They're saying things like Baba was so incorruptible, Baba was so nice, wanted to fight corruption, but the people around him, they did not let him know what's happening. They were giving him bad news. That is the exact aftermath of this thing you guys are saying. That is what is going to happen. When Tinubu goes out now, they are going to pick these things that you guys said, and they are going to use it as Tinubu was very good, he was very nice. The reason why he failed was because people around him deceived him. That is the exact thing that's going to happen if you guys keep saying this thing. That's the aftermath. Now, what I want to correct about this thing is that this thing, like Stek has talked about the a manager and briefing and all that stuff. The main thing is the reason why these kind of things you guys are saying are happening is because, for example, you get in there, you employ those that will give you briefing, you employ those that are doing SSA, you tell them what you want to hear. These guys are not hiding anything from Tinubu. Tinubu knows these things. Let me tell you. These guys are not hiding anything. They are simply telling him what he has instructed them to tell him. For example, now if you ask Tinubu the price of oil, he will not know. Yes, I agree, he will not know. But if you ask Tinubu which state since he moved has moved from PDP to APC, he knows it. He knows this thing. Why? Because he will sit down. Maybe there was a picture that time. He was sitting there in front of TV watching. Was it Udom or Governor Udom the campaign? He was sitting in front of TV watching it because he has told them, okay, this will get to the camp. When they are the camping, I want to see it. I want to know. But he will never tell them. Now, these guys, when he tells them scouting, they'll say, okay, Udom is the camping now. Come and watch it. He will sit down and watch it. They know that this is their job. He has instructed them to monitor doing things that he knows that he wants to do in Nigeria is politics. not governance. So he has told them that all his SSC, those are briefing, told them to monitoring this kind of thing. So they will be letting him know. He has not for once told these guys, tell me when fuel is increasing. Tell me when people are being attacked. Tell me when the hardship is too much. The only time these guys will tell him this kind of thing is when it has reached international media. Probably that's part of the things he wants them to tell him. Tell me when I'm getting international disgrace. So, like when the Pope talked about the Plato killings, that was when he talked about it. After the Pope, all the way from Rome, has spoken about it, because this is probably under their scope. So this thing saying that he's not aware, they are not hiding it from him. He's probably employing these guys to say, okay, oh, I'm employing you as SSA. Your own job now is anytime someone comes from PDP, you tell me. Anytime maybe there's another new drug route from Brazil to Colombia, your own is to tell me that one. Anytime there's anytime IMF is ready to give loan again, your own is down. Anytime there's oil to steal, that's your own SSA, your own is to tell him down. There is none of them that is supposed to tell him, you tell me when there's the hardship is too much, you tell me when there's attack. So all those guys are doing their jobs, they are doing what they are told to do there. So when you guys say they are hiding, if nobody's hiding anything from him, it's basically what he wants to know that he is knowing. He does not. All these things. I don't think like the suffering of Nigerians.
All right.
Tudo, let me just quickly just say this. Let me just say this, Tudo. I don't think you get exactly what you're saying, because in your submission right now, you said they would tell this SSA, hey, tell me this. I guess you forgot that an SSA.
No, please. Those are examples. I'm just saying that.
Example.
These
just
guys
for
are,
your
these
information.
guys are
Hold on. Tinubu's SSA resigned. Is it Tinubu or this guy saying that he never for once had a one-on-one?
It was Tinubu.
President.
It was Tinubu.
You get it? That's an SSA come like resign because he never had the opportunity. Take it to the bank. I'm telling you today, like categorically, the chief of staff. That is why chief of staff is so very important. If you remember this guy's tenure, even the wife came out, Aisha Buhari came out to come and tell you that they are cabal in the whatever. Who do you think those cabals are? So please don't let us. This is not in defense of Tinubu or to say doesn't know what is happening or to shift responsibility of him. No. The bosses stop at his table. But this is just to let you know that for someone for the position of the president, if you choose not to personally want to get involved in truly knowing things, you can be swayed like it is what they want you to see. You see, because all those cabals in quotes. Those cabals, that's where they make their money.
All right.
And they will do their own thing.
Can I say something, please?
I actually want us to move on from this point, but real quick, go ahead. Real quick.
Okay, thank you. So the last thing Kolade said is perfectly what I'm agreeing with. The thing about if you do not want to know, you can be easily swayed. That is the danger of what you guys said before. Now, you understand it, but what Teke said is the aftermath of this thing. Like I said, where they are whitewashing Buhari, the same way they whitewashing him for this thing. You are saying the right intention. You know that the buck stops at his table, but you also said it that if you don't want to know, you will not know. So, but when you talk about these guys surrounding him, it now takes people that are malicious will take away all the points from that part and just focus on the parts where he said that these guys are not telling, they're hiding things from him, and that is what the reason whitewashing. You understand it. It's just the way you ended. You put it out. That is what we're just trying to avoid these people turning the whole thing upside down. And the things I'm saying about SSAs and all those things, those are just examples. The main thing is he just surrounds himself with people that will tell him the irrelevant things to us, but tell him the relevant things to him, like the politics and everything. The SSAs are just example. It could be his son, teach your staff, all those ones. I just need that to explain. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you
so yeah, sure. Thanks. All right. So let's establish something. All around the world, even in the most advanced economies, there are ideologues around the guy in charge or the woman in charge. It happens everywhere. So to me, that is a moot point. The most important thing here is that the president is still in charge. It doesn't matter how anyone wants to spin it. when I was ruling out the ages of those who have led us since 1957, and I benchmark the history at 1957 for a specific reason, because that was the year that Tafawa Bala became chief minister. But the point here is that history will always remember the guy in charge, right? Not necessarily the ideologues that are surrounding the guy and trying to steer the guy one way or the other. And I think that the point that what's his name? I know Justice was part of that conversation as well. That he was making was he made it in passing. The bigger point was the age, because of the age argument that I have been making also, that we don't need somebody in their 80s running the country. That was where he was coming from in that submission that he was making. We do not need. Now, whether you want to say there will always be people that are trying to stay the president one way or the other, the fact is that the buck still stops at the president's desk and he's in charge. He's the man in charge. So, um, but to that point, every president knows that those people exist around him. So it is incumbent on the president to make sure that he gets all of the information that he needs to make decisions. Maybe go outside of your circle and hear from other people outside. That's why we have civil societies. That's why in Nigeria we have people like the Patriots who will periodically meet with the president, right? That's why we have some of these other, people. So the president himself knows that he can't always trust these guys that surround him to give him the best of advice, right? SSAs, minister, whatever, because everybody is there serving their own interest. I mean, that's the fact. But at the end of the day, it is his legacy, it is his name. He's the one in charge. So the bigger argument we should focus on as obedient ninjas, this is what we are. So I want to dial it way back to our argument as ninjas. We completely decry the idea of an 80-year-old running our country. It is wrong for so many reasons. And one of those reasons, many of those reasons is at the biological, medical, psychological, mental, whatever whatever how you want to put it. For somebody at that age, because of the complexity of the job, because what it entails to run a country as complex as Nigeria. I have made the case several times, right, that an 80-year-old has no business running anything. Let me repeat, an 80-year-old has no business running anything, let alone running a country as complex as Nigeria. So for that reason, we detest vehemently the idea of an 80-year-old becoming the next president of Nigeria. Where we will never support that. So for our obedient friends who are supporting the former vice president ostensibly in the name of the coalition, we see you. But the question you should be asking yourself is that really what you want for Nigeria? Is that really what you want for Nigeria? Don't you want a vibrant president? A president, and I did this video montage that day. I said Obi is younger. I didn't say young. So, because young is relative, but relative to what? Relative to the field, right? And we know what the field is a person. At the end of the day, we know what is going on. The field is one person in this case. So relative to the field, Obi is younger. He has energy. He has passion. He's able to move. He can travel, right? He runs, he jogs. He has the energy. He has the mental alertness, right? The clarity of thoughts, clarity of words, precision in understanding, the way this man's mind works with numbers. Sometimes I try to do like Obi sometimes when I'm, in my own study. I try to cram numbers in my head with all these countries, the way he does it. I try to roll them out, in Indonesia, in Cambodia, in Asia, in Europe, and all these things that he does. His mind is sharp. That's what we need. We need an engaging president, a president that talks to the people, a president that talks, that does not draw on his words. His words are very clear, and he engages the people. He comes down to the people. He meets with the people. He doesn't spend time outside of the country all the time, and then ignores the pains and the sufferings and the challenges of his own people. We do not want that. That's all we are saying. So I don't want us to get bogged down with some of these other details. The big picture is what we should focus on, which is we as obedient ninjas, we do not support the idea of an 80-year-old becoming the next president of Nigeria. And if that trajectory I painted from 1967, if we were to continue, I said it the other time. I said if you take all those numbers I rolled out and you plot a scatter diagram and you put a line through those dots, you are going in an upward trajectory. At some point, we're going to end up with a 90-year-old as the Nigerian president. Is that really what we want? No. Ladies and gentlemen, is that really what we want? We should be asking ourselves that question. Come on. We don't want that. We do not want that. So I am trying here to dial it all the way back and say, let's focus on the main thing here. Obi or nothing is our argument. Any president who runs for that office, it is your responsibility to make sure that you have all the facts available and you have to make all your decisions that you need to make, right? I believe if Obi was the president, right, I believe he will read through every bill, every appropriations, whatever, he will cross every T and dot every line. I am convinced of that. He won't just wish something away or just order people to do it or just tell somebody to move somewhere, like all the things we've been talking about. So this is the picture we are painting, and I want us to keep it at that, please. Guys, I want us to keep it at that. The idea of Tinubu being in charge, not in charge, maybe it's debatable. Maybe it depends. Maybe Kolade knows something we don't know. But if we come from, and I support Kolade's argument, by the way, on this conversation, just so we're clear. But if we come from the perspective of the bigger argument that I am making, at that age, this man should not be our president. It is that simple. It is that simple for me. I like to keep things very simple. So that is the argument we're making. All right. I made an announcement earlier, guys. I wanted to repeat that announcement. We are taking this message to TikTok. If you are on TikTok, please follow me. All right. I am going to be an evangelist on TikTok with some of my other comrades. We're going to be on TikTok. We're trying to reach a lot of Nigerians are on TikTok. And I'm hearing that some people are on TikTok pushing certain narratives about Peter Obi on TikTok. There are some videos that have been rolled out about Peter Obi on TikTok. So we are going to go there to counter those narratives. That's what we do as ninjas. So if you're on TikTok, please follow me. Same name, Tudo Bams. And I'm going to be taking this message there to reach Nigerians, especially young Nigerians of voting age 18 and up, to let them know that they should get involved in this. It's their country, it's their heritage, it's our commonwealth. And we are trying to disabuse their minds from the notion that running Nigeria is the sole preserve of 80-year-olds and all these old people. Like you can play a part. This is your country as well. You can get involved, and that's the message you are bringing. And we're also going to be doing a lot of comparative analysis in the vision and the ideas of Peter Obi for every sector of the economy. His proposals, the things that he has said, if he were president, how would he have handled certain situations? So we will create scenarios, and then we'll have conversations around politics of the day. We'll go into history and all of those things. So please, once again, if you're there, follow me. We're going to be doing a lot of work on TikTok as well. We are currently building our website to put out all of the information. I talked about this earlier. Whatever you can do, guys, do it. I am not doing a fundraiser. I've explained that before. Somebody accused me the other day, all kinds of accusations. They said I'm trying to cash out, whatever. No. This is not it. I believe in fundraisers. I believe that they are good for good causes. But for personal reasons, I am not doing any fundraising on this issue. You would never hear me announce people to donate for anything regarding obedient ninjas. The concept of obedient ninjas, guys, is that we are a network of loosely connected obedience and Nigerians at that, right? The people who believe in Nigeria, we are patriots. Godswill reminded me of that. We are patriots who believe in Nigeria, and we are here to preach that gospel that Peter Obi is preaching. The message of Peter Obi that we can change this country. It's really possible. We can see a Nigeria that works in our lifetime for every Nigerian. And the wind of change is around the corner. A lot of factors will need to come into play for that to execute. But we know it's possible. We know it's possible. And that's why we're a pressure group, and that we're here advocating for that change and saying it's going to come on the back of somebody, and that person is Peter Obi. So that's all we're doing. So guys, look out for some of the things we're going to be doing. And then where it really matters on ground, in those 770 waiting for local governments, we also have some plans to go into the grassroots mobilization, to reach out to people in higher institutions, voting age, all those guys, just doing the little in that area. So we're going to be radical like that, intellectually radical, in our movement and all the things that we're doing. We're going to be radical. That's what we're about. That's what we're about. All right. Let's continue for now in this conversation. We are still here. If anybody has any questions, whether you should be a ninja, you're not sure what that is. Look, you could be a CEO of a company in Lagos, Nigeria, or in ABJ somewhere, and you can be a ninja. Now, to be a ninja doesn't mean you got to be in the faces of people. You could be just being stealth, right? But believe in what we are preaching. Believe in what Peter Obi is preaching. Talk to somebody, share with somebody, give a souvenir. A gentleman came in my DM yesterday and said he's going to come up with designs that we're going to use with t-shirts and key holders and things like that. People are really excited about this. I get DMs every day. So yeah, I'm excited as well. So the reason again for the opt-in time, we are working. We believe in the obedient movement. We believe in the leadership. Okay. We believe in PO, obviously. We are connected to the movement, all right? And then we're just working to complement the effort of leadership. That's what we're doing. So everything we are doing is towards the same goal, to move and do things. And because we're not politicians, we're not structured. Like I said, we're a network of loosely connected people. We're not bound by certain rules. So we can just move freely and go freely. We're nimble like that. We're nimble. That's the word I'm going to use. So it gives you the ability to kind of meander and just go the way you want to go, and do a lot of things. So I'm excited. It's going to be great. All right. Let's see. Steven dropped. Let's see. Jimmy, are you still there?
I'm here.
Are you excited, brother? Are you pumped?
I'm listening to the sensei of the ninjas speaking. The sensei, the shogun.
I look forward to the day I'm going to. Whoever has the plug, fix me up with Abati. I want to tackle him on live TV.
Abasha.
That is my check. That's my bucket list request.
Abasha.
If anybody has the plug, I want to tackle that man in a debate.
Yeah, you can just make a video and
He's
put
a
it
motherfucker.
Basically on my trend, Professor Abati.
Tudo, he looks more like you didn't do enough debate in primary school.
Is that what? God, I didn't hear you. Say it again.
He said it looks like you didn't do enough debate in primary school. You want to take it on. You want to take it on every single person that is here.
No. I actually
bring it on.
I used to debate a lot in school.
It's obvious.
Yeah, I was in debating in primary, secondary. I was in debating club, and then I was a prefect where you stand on the assembly ground and address people.
Prefect. Hey, Abajo.
The one that Kaduna resident could not wait.
As the head boy.
You don't go wicked as a prefect.
That Kaduna resident motherfucker.
As a senior,
that guy.
I cannot imagine you as a senior.
I said to the Jimmy, I was calling my own name. Jimmy,
Eh?
I used to oppress those junior students. Small, small,
Of
small.
course.
Small
Not
new.
small. Don't put come
Small
on small there,
new.
but see, don't
Small
share small
new.
become.
Jimmy. Small new. Small new.
Tudo, let
Small
me
way.
tell you something. You are one of those seniors that when you enter your dormitory, just be like, boys, like 2 million will just run come. They call you around one. They go say, "Nah, na me the chef."
When they said we shouldn't speak vernacular that year. Ah, more.
Oríṣiríṣi ìbọn.
That was a money.
That's
That was a money making scheme that year.
Oh, oríṣiríṣi grammar.
Some people were, and I was class prefect for my class. So
Thank
some people, when I was a class captain, so some people when you catch them, they won't just argue. They'll be like, okay, here is my money. Yeah, take. They won't bother argue.
Wọ́n mọ̀ pé wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn ti dalẹ̀ rú. They know
They-
they've scattered ground. They'll be like, you know what? Yeah, it's not worth even
it's not
debating.
what, but
It's not
no,
worth fighting.
Jimmy, that
Take.
Kaduna resident guy pissed me off on Saturday. I know you. I spoke to you, and
Yeah.
you told me
Nah, the guy is
it's
not
not
worth
worth it. Jimmy, I was driving on the freeway. And Colade, it was even you that made me see his tweet because I know every time because I don't know the guy. But whenever you reply him, I will see his post because that's you. So it was through you I saw the thing, and I'm like, who is this guy? So I checked him out. I see that okay, he has some considerable large following, which is the dangerous part for me. And he's peddling this narrative that we are Tinubu stooges for saying no be or nothing. We've been hired by Tinubu and APC, and that thing just look. I'm a gentleman, but he just rubbed me the wrong way for some reason. Like he rubbed me the wrong way. So I pulled over on the freeway, Jimmy. I pulled over on the freeway and I typed that tweet. I replied him. I said, hey, I'm actually one of the proponents of a be or nothing. How about you meet me in a debate, public debate? Let's settle it. In fact, I'll drop $500
He
if you
won't reply.
win the debate.
He won't reply.
And then when I posted that, some other guy said, okay, I'll add 300 euros. And
Another
then
bit.
somebody else came, okay, I'll drop 1,000 euros.
Won't drop it. He won't. He won't. He won't. He won't do the.
The
He
guy
won't
did
come.
not reply once.
He won't reply you. I mean, no one has
Once.
actually heard him speak on any space before, so he's just one of those people that tweets. Isn't well? He used to be an obedient. So this is what I've understood about some of these so-called obedience. Pushing for these primaries, and I understand where they're coming from, right? Because realistically, it is pinching a lot of people hard in Nigeria, right? So they are just on that mindset of, you know what, we gotta get this man out of office. You need to just do anything to kick Tinubu out of office. But it's different from we in diaspora. Okay, we understand. We're not naive about what is going on, but we still believe anything worth doing is worth doing well. We're not on that mindset of get him out at all costs. We have no problem with the primaries, not at all. But the point is this: if there's going to be primaries, let it be amongst the Southerners. Why is Atiku putting his cap in the ring? We don't need any disruptor right now. That's the case we are making. It's not even about we not wanting primaries, but let it be done within the right set of people. Why is I mean it doesn't make any sense. And now they want to eradicate the whole zoning thing. You cannot keep shifting the goalposts. Peter Obi respect the zoning so much that it decided to sacrifice instead of 8 years. I will do 4 years. I just want you guys to understand that this thing is doable. That is what I know a lot of people are hungry due to that, but yeah, it's still better than nothing.
Jimmy.
This is the
Jimmy,
first battle. Who's that?
it's me. Okay.
Oh, okay. So 1 second, Mr. Colady. This is the first battle. I consider it civil war. When he gets the ticket, there's still going to be another war with the VP, which I'm not even interested in. That one will come in. As long as PO is number one, that one is their own battle. When he gets the ticket, that is when we'll now tighten our trouser because we know this is what we want and it's for the betterment of it. I've never heard any of these people. Some of them have been saying if Obi gets the ticket, they're not going to support him. It's now apparent that they're not even talking about this whole primary things because they want Obi to win it fair and square. They're deliberately pushing an agenda, and it's in favor of Atiku. What is Atiku coming out to do? What is he coming to do? Buhari did 8 years. The Southerners do. I don't like the whole zoning thing. I'm not a fan of it. But it's been going on for a while now, and they are respecting it. El Rufai is not coming out to you know contest. Who else? There are other northerners out there. They're not coming out. They are within the coalition. It is this man. It is this same man. What is he looking for? And I know he's not going to say he wants to use 4 years. He wants to do 8 years. And now because PO is saying 4 years, they're now demonizing the man. That it's impossible. You cannot do 4 years. You cannot change Nigeria within. Again, we've been so abused. We've been so bastardized. We are so used to poor governance that when they tell you, it will take 100 years to get this thing on, you've believed it. It's not rocket science. It is not rocket science. It's about decision making, decisive decisions, by the way. You grab the bull by the horn and you do the do. That is as simple as that. Cutting down cost of governance. There is a reason why they don't want this man to be there. Some of you, your lifestyle depends on the corruption going on in that country. It is during this movement, it is during this 2023 presidential election, we got to realize that people are collecting billions for supplying a goosey. It will or be coming into the presidency or coming as the leader of the country. It will collect food for many of our mouths. You know it. We all know it. It will affect some of us too. But we are saying, look, I used to be part of the APC. My family, we're fully into politics. We don't miss Adedubu's house, Amala politics. We don't miss it. I used to call Amangpa Dimbeni, like Professor Pella. We know where we meet. I'm being honest with you. Tabati lo kirun Iléyá báyìí agbo. A máa ń gbàgbò lọ́jà. We'll take their rams to go and fight competition. Ní kí nothing pe orúkọ fìdí. There is one in Molete and there is one in Odife Road. We do these things. When you go to Adelabu's house, every single day they kill a cow. Every single day. That's the reason why they call him Amala policy, because all the thugs in the neighborhood, everybody they kill a cow every day and they make food for everybody every day. They don't care who you are. Go there, you eat. Go there, you eat. They kill a cow every single day. Politicians come there, they will just sit down they will bring Ghana must go full of money. They will give it to him. He distributes it in front of everybody. He scatters the money there. So we just thought, you know what? We cannot keep going on with this madness in our country. PO stands out. And I supported him because of this man. I'm not in talking terms with my parents. Oh yeah, I'm not in talking terms with because of this politics thing. So it's a sacrifice that we thought, you know what, we can't keep going on like this. We can do better as a nation. At least let's enjoy in our lifetime at least 4 years. Let's just have a taste of good governance for once in our lifetime. Understand what it is for you to complain and government should do something about it. Understand what it is to have customer service work. Understand what it is for you to have a hospital that you can go to and get treatment. Understand what it is for a leader to lead by example. When he says he's not going to go abroad for treatment, he's not going to do so. And he will make sure he stands on that by making sure all the hospitals in our country are all effective. There is a reason why people are pushing for this guy, but some people won't let it happen. We understand. The money you've been stealing from the country, it's now an habit. You've built your life on it. You've built your children's lives on it, and now you want to die on it. And dying is not enough for you. You want it to be an inheritance for your own children. It's not going to happen. It is a fight for our lives. This is my own interest. Everybody has their own interest. Some people are fighting for Atiku to enter so they too they can get their own money. Lesser evil. No wahala. That is what you want. But we stand on the ground of anything worth doing is worth doing well. Tebama jopolo egele to lenyenu. If you want a better country, go for the person that is going to do something significantly different. That is the point. Welcome again, everybody. I see my Oga here, Kempela and Kadede. Sarah, you still need to come up. Oh. You need to come up.
Jimmy.
Come up. Let's
So,
Kogi people.
thank you, Jimmy.
Sorry.
Jimmy, I get question for
I get
you.
Jimmy. I disagree with something you said.
What did I say?
Mhm. About these our
Mm.
people. Let me.
Mm.
The truth is, some of them are naive. Some of them they are on gig. They did what they did on gig.
Right.
Let me shock you, and
Right.
I will say this now. I'm not saying Kaduna residents is on gig, but the way he framed his words, the way he framed his poll, the way he, like, you can tell that somebody who is deliberately, it was a deliberate act, like, to push out this misinformation, this disinformation, to just deliberately push it out. That was what I saw from his own tweet. There's a difference from someone like that and someone like my other brother, what's it called, that usually use spaces, that just after dragging, after my doctor, this is don't pursue him from this space, as in, you get it, he just, at some point he got confused, and that's the honest truth. I don't know if you Deji. I don't know if you know Deji. You get, at some point Deji got confused.
Yeah. We were
You
together
get it?
on Stephen Space the other day
Yes.
with Comrade.
So, but I can say categorically, like, the way this person, he used his intellect, he used his follower. You get it? He used everything he have to, like, push this agenda. So for someone like that, forget, just like you saying, what's it called? Kenneth Okonkwo does not know, or does not know what he's doing, or you get it, or he's just no. I think for them, they've done the calculation and they're just like, okay, it
Mm.
seems this is going to favor this man. Let me just tilt towards that side so that they can see me that I'm loud. And again, the PDP guys were reaching out. Fact, they were reaching out. They were reaching out.
Oh
And
yeah,
obedience
yeah.
reached,
I mean,
and
no
obedience reached
doubt.
out to me. But
Yeah.
when the person called me, I was like, this person have never called me before. But on top of this matter, the
Yes.
person called me.
Yes. You're absolutely correct. They reached
I
out to me.
listened, then to you too. I
Yeah. They
listened
reached out to
patiently,
me.
but the response the person got from me, the person knew that, man, because not be by you, there's no way here,
Yeah.
man. So you
Yeah.
have to just change the
So
hand.
they reached out to me too, and I totally agree with you. So when I said what I said, it's not directly at Kaduna residents. I made a tweet earlier on, and I described the 10 different kinds of people that are within this coalition. Kaduna residents will pick his own there. My own is number one, POON, Peter Obi or nothing. That is my team, and I embrace it 100%. Right. So
Sorry,
I
Jimmy.
yeah.
Not to take your train of thought, I just wanted to announce that my phone died while I was taking my walk. I'm still on my walk, so I'm using my other phone on my other hand to come in. Not that I
Oh,
ran away, just so you guys know.
which handle is that?
Now we don't see your hand to go, don't cash you.
I
Now
don't
take
cast
care.
myself now. I don't
You
cast
don't cash
myself.
out.
No wahala. I don't
Make
cast
I add
I
you.
myself. No
okay.
wahala.
This is okay. I'll watch out for this handle.
I don't cast myself. No wahala.
All
But
right,
now
noted.
my
All
other
right,
hand will be this. Yeah.
right. Thanks for that. So, the reason why I decided to start tackling these people is because of how I see how they've been changing the narrative, and I was just doing my own thing. I've been doing it off the cuff with Jimmy, and I did a search about PO, and the nonsensical result I was seeing, I was like, wait a minute, what is going on? And it was just them feeding group unnecessary informations. And it's getting bad, it's getting worse by the day. So and group doesn't care if it's good or bad. Group doesn't even know what is real or what is not. So I decided, if you see the school session I already started now, I will give you basketballs, but I will educate you first with fact and figures. Right? You are feeding the algorithm positively. They are doing it negatively. And you're doing it with evidences, right? You're backing it up with evidences. You just keep pumping it in there. Make sure you're doing it based on fact, and that's the difference between we and them. So when I said that, I said it based on the types of obedience that I've seen. They've shown their true color. And though some of them in Nigeria, they'll be like, things are bad. And there are some diasporans, that they think they are feeling the pulse of people in Nigeria. They are the mouthpiece of people in in Nigeria. They will tell you things like, we don't know what is going on in Nigeria. They feel the pulse of the nation. Tinubu needs to go. They make us feel like we are naive. And what pisses me off is the fact that they are naive about thinking we are naive. That is what pisses me off. They want to be always politically right. And I'm not up for that. If it's pissing you off, I will keep saying it. If they can select chairman and secretary, they just select. And they were asking me one question. They was like, okay, where have they ever had primaries for chairmanship or secretary before? Well, there's always a first time for something. Look, I will go at any length to push for what I believe in, because we only have one chance left. You see, all this back and forth we are doing is because of PO. That man carries so much hope. He doesn't have an idea of what he carries on his shoulder. A lot of people that doesn't even know, they've not met him before. They've given all their might, all their belief in that man, because they believe he can get it done. Their hopes are in him. I was telling, was it Tudo I was telling, that if that man makes the mistake of being a VP, some people, they might just unalive themselves, because they will consider, yeah, this is it, it's over. That's the last hope we have towards getting Nigeria fixed, or getting Nigeria at least back on track. It is that bad. And that's what some people are seeing, and they're calling it, it's a cult. No, the people are desperate. They are gasping for air just to breathe again. We can't. They've suffocated us for a very long time. And they are now squeezing, each government is now putting more pressure. They are squeezing it, applying more pressure. And one person is coming to take off their hands. And you think it's going to be easy? It's not. It is absolutely not going to be easy. It is we that will now say, you know what? So when they tell you power is not served a la carte, you got to grab it, snatch it, and run away with it. We're doing the little we can, but we'll put our money where our mouth is, or put our mouth where our money, whichever way you want to put it. But the point is this: we have just one chance left, and this man is that, he said it himself. By 2031, he's not. He's old. Man, you guys don't understand what you have. He's thinking about 2031. He's gonna be old at that point in time. But guess what? Mr. Running Man will still run. Atiku will still run at that 2031 again. This is someone that is putting his own life into consideration. That at that point in time, I should be retiring. I've done enough. He's pushing. This is his last stretch, and we gotta push along with him. It is now or never. It is now or never. Case closed. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Yeah. Back
Thank
to
you,
you,
Jimmy.
Joe.
Well said. Well said. Well said. So I've been. I'm curious. I'm researching. Recently, I was.
um the FHIS, the Federal Health Insurance Scheme in Nigeria. And especially on the, I mean, I've been kind of looking into their work for a while. Wike recently paid 4 billion into the scheme in Abuja to HMOs. So I'm curious, if there's anyone in Abuja who is currently an enrollee, they claim they've enrolled 200,000 people. Um, so this kind of subsidized healthcare, like a health insurance program, you pay premium every month, and then depending on the option you buy, that's and then you can get subsidized healthcare and all of that. So I want to know if there's anyone in the Abuja area, you are enrolled in this program or you are connected with the FHIS. Please leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know your experience. Kind of like the Ilera Eco in Lagos, where they are claiming a certain number of people have been insured. But then I am looking at everyday Nigerians, when they go to the hospital, emergencies and all of that, people dying. In the other day, this woman tried to give birth and she died because of how much 50,000 naira that the husband couldn't afford. So
100,000.
100,000. So you're seeing stories like that. You're like, okay, these insurance programs that they are devoting money to, how do they work? I need somebody in the healthcare sector to come and enlighten me on that. And if you're a patient, you've used it, or you are enrolled in those programs, you go to the hospital, you present your insurance card. How does it work? Can somebody could just come and talk to me about it?
Now why you did it? Now why you didn't do no lie?
Organi, you live there, you live for Nigeria, no be Canada, you dey. Okay, meet your
Now
mic.
yes, I mean.
Meet your mic. So I need someone, anyone, whether it's Ilera Eko in Lagos or the one that in Abuja. And I'm bringing this up because recently Wiki just paid 4 billion to the HMOs over there. I want to know, because the reality of our healthcare sector, I have maintained that position that our healthcare is in a shambolic state. But then you are seeing the government devote all of these monies to these programs ostensibly to cover or provide subsidized healthcare. Something is not adding up for me. And so I've been researching into this. I've been studying this. I need anyone who is enrolled in those programs. And when you go to the hospital, whether emergency or just routine, you present your insurance card because of the premiums you're paying every month. I want to know, how does it work? Is it even a thing, or is it just another corruption pipeline? I'm just curious, guys. I just want to put that. So if there's anybody there, please come in the comment section. Leave a comment. I would like to know. All right. Let's continue this conversation. Teke, did you wanted to say something before we go to? I know you said you changed your phone.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I think that that the conversation has been
Okay.
hashed out, so
Okay.
that's fine. Like, we all know where we are, but I think the gist of it is the monitors of the space. Please do pay more attention so that some of these narratives don't take hold. Let's do a little bit more to, give people ammunition to know exactly what points to focus on and everything. That's just it. So I'm not going to
Okay.
hash it out anymore. Yeah,
All right.
thanks.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
by the way, this coalition. I want to say one thing about this coalition. There is a reason people are forgetting or maybe surprised about this coalition and the way they are moving left. You have to understand that this coalition is a seed of different bedfellows. You- this coalition actually started on the day Tinubu took over, when he said subsidy is gone. This coalition actually started when he stopped the multiple naira exchange rates. So you're dealing with people, like Jimmy said, that the bottom of their lifestyle has always and never known anything more than feeding off the Nigerian system. And so you're fighting against people that were billionaires in 2 months because of dollar exchange rates in Nigeria. You're fighting against people that were getting subsidy money for just turning in paperwork. That's all they did. They submitted paperwork, but a lot don't enter 700 million every month. Paperwork they push. These are the people you're fighting against. These people are involved in the coalition also. So don't expect them to play fair. Don't expect them to do anything the right way. These guys have never known what the right way, that they even existed. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Thanks.
All
Tudo,
right.
Tudo,
Uh-huh.
I wanted to explain to you the how the health sector works in Nigeria because I manage a facility
Okay.
and so I know how it works.
All right.
Like,
And with
yeah,
the health insurance scheme,
yes,
right? Okay. Go,
yes,
go ahead.
yeah. So how it works is like the normal one. So there are health insurance organizations that government. So when you get an offer with the state government or the federal government, usually it's federal government. Most of the state government don't provide those services to their employers, to their employees. Sorry. So when you get an offer with federal government, what happens is, as part of your packages, you are enrolled. Now, when you are enrolled, you are given, and you know how the normal thing, how it happens everywhere. You are enrolled as an employer. You bring your wife, your children, whoever that is your dependent. They fill, they enroll, and then they process your card. So you get your card as an employee of the federal government. Then, when you are sick, you go to the hospital. When you go to the hospital, so it depends. Like most of the employees of federal government, there are certain illnesses that are covered. There are those that are not covered. But most of the illnesses are just like malaria, all those all these common illnesses in Nigeria. Anything like childbirth to like from all maternity period is covered. So what happened now is when you go as a government employee, you present. There are hospitals that are there are hospitals that are enlisted. There are those that are not part of it. Mostly government and private. But for government workers, usually it's government hospitals. But if you work like NGO like myself, we most of our own is private hospitals. So for government workers, when you go to the hospital, when you present your card, the hospital charge you for whatever services that you need at that point, then you pay certain percentage. And it depends on the ministry or the department that you're working with government. So some governments, some ministries, they cover like 50%, while some cover 75%. So if, for example, I work with Ministry of Finance and then my wife is sick and she goes to the hospital, so she presents the card and then she's registered as an employer under me with her card. So she access the services, then my wife have to pay 25%. Then the 75%, the hospital now bill federal government. Then at the end of the month, they submit their invoices to federal government. Then federal government reimburses them. That's how it works. But in most of the states that I know, they don't have those services. It's only federal government, and even the federal government is some ministries like NNPC, CBN, all those juicy ministries. But other ministries are not covered. It actually work, but some hospital will even reject if you don't know someone. So at the end of the day, you have to know someone. So it's like any other thing, like it's only any other insurance that works in Nigeria. I don't know if you have questions. So that's how it works.
All right. Thank you. So
But
yeah, yeah,
recently they have stopped receiving, like they stopped attending to enrollee
yeah.
because they claim that government, their own government, big sums
Yes.
of money. So
Yes.
for a long time, I think this started 2022. So since 2022 up until last year, there are hospitals that once you go, they don't attend to you because they claim that they owe government a lot of money and government is not paying.
Yes. Okay, let's back up. So these hospitals, they act as intermediaries, which aka HMOs, right? Health maintenance organizations, right?
Yes,
So they are the ones that actually provide the insurance on behalf of the government to the people, and then the government will go and reimburse them,
yes.
right? Now, is it only for government workers, or can you know private citizens, regular people, can they
No,
access some of these things?
it's only for government workers. Strictly.
Mm,
If you're not a government worker, nobody listens to you.
mm.
Yeah.
What state is this?
This is Borno and Adamawa. But then I was covering for Borno, Adamawa, Yobe. So this is what happened within this region.
I see. I see. So that is consistent with what Wike is doing with the 4 billion he just paid to the HMOs. But in for Lagos State it's a little different because of the Lera Eco program is structured differently. And the way they are selling it, it's not just, in fact, they're claiming they've covered, insured up to 900,000 or 1 million people thereabout, which I don't buy, you know. And now you can find people who will say, okay, I've used the program, I went in there, I presented my card, and when the overall bill was presented, they do the whole math and then they tell me what the deductible was going to be. So maybe I've had like one or two people who have said that, but I'm looking at that program with the amount of money, for instance, in Lagos State, they are devoting to that program annually on the budget of Lagos State, and the claims they are making of the number of people who have been insured. In fact, I had an exchange with Badebo on this issue. I don't know what space we were on. I think whether it was on my space. I think because I remember it was. I think it was my space.
Yeah, when you interviewed him.
When I interviewed him, yeah, I remember now. Thanks, Jimmy. So, and I asked him that thing that you are in Lagos. The government is claiming they are devoting. If you check the budget of Lagos State, they are devoting this amount to the program. But I'm wondering if everyday Lagosians, when they go to the hospital, they use this program. And all these hospitals who double as HMOs, whether you go there, they be like, okay, where is your card? Then number two, the challenge also might be from a very objective standpoint, right? Because I'm bringing this up for a reason, is to ask people to enroll in such a program, people who are already poor. People who are poor people. You are telling them to come and be paying premiums on a monthly basis for health insurance program. Somebody who can't feed. Like we need to rethink this thing. Somebody who can feed, somebody who can, like the one in Abuja, if I'm not mistaken, from what I gathered, maybe 20,000 naira or something like that on a monthly basis. Like, come on. So that could be also an issue as well, where our people are underinsured, right?
So again, to another issue was the last issue that we had, because we had some of our staff reported that when they go to this hospital, remember myself, I was working with a USID organization, so it's a private organization, and we pay huge sort of money to these HOMs, right? But our staff, when they go to the hospital, this hospital deny them care, that they claim that we as an agency don't pay them. So we had some investigation, and what we learned is that in a month, if our staff assess care for 1 million, this HMO bill us for like 10 million.
Of course, that one day.
And, yeah, and we pay, right? But now the most annoying part of it is that what they do is that once they know that I have, let's say I have 4 kids, and one of my kids access service, they will open file for my other 3 kids, and they'll be billing my agency even without my kids getting sick. That's what happened for private agency.
Yeah.
And imagine what happened for government. Because government does not have a military agency. For us, we monitor. If a staff complains, we have to go and investigate and know what happened throughout the supply chain. Because we put these bills, so why are they not getting these services? And then also I know the police, the soldier, they have something like that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, because I stay very close to military barracks, none of them are attended to. So now they have stopped even going to the hospital.
Even for security agencies that are working for the government.
Yeah, they're deducting something from their salary, but they don't get the services. And now when they are sick, their family don't even go to the hospital, because when they go, they don't even attend to them.
And that is the point making. So the government, like this 4 billion, where we can just pay these HMOs now. You can if you follow the money, and then you extrapolate that to the actual number of people that are covered, it's a corruption fund. It's a corruption scheme from the top to the bottom, because it's not adding up. It's not adding up, right? So these are President.
If I don't tell you, say now are you?
President Peter Obi. These are some of the policy recommendations some of us are going to be making.
Bro, let me quickly say.
President.
I'll tell you one about.
Hold on, Hold on. These are some of the policy recommendations. Guys, I have a long full dossier of policy recommendations I'm going to be making to President Peter Obi. And this is just one of them I just share with you guys. Because it makes no sense to have an NHIS that billions of naira is devoted to from the moment the money comes down from the top at every level, then they give the money haircut, down to the HMOs. You just heard from Tizi, who are ballooning their bills to the government. And yet, if you say, okay, who are the people that are covered in these schemes? Where are the real Nigerians that these health insurance programs are covering? Where are they? Because the average Nigerian doesn't even know that there's such a thing as health insurance coverage in Nigeria, which is why you don't want to fall sick in Nigeria, because if you fall sick, now you and your God. So these are the things. So some people are just using it to chop money, just to chop, without any care whatsoever for the actual lives they're supposed to be covering. It's a shame. All right, I just wanted to bring that up. Boundless, quick point that you wanted to make, and Eze will jump in.
Yeah. Actually, I told you I work with one private company in Ibadan then. So we actually registered with one HMO, and then they said we should all
Which
go
one be Ibadan? Ibadan.
Ibadan. Ibadan, Oluyole. So I was so we registered with one HMO. So they were like we should come with our details and everything, and they said we are going to be paying, though but my company actually paid a large sum of money, to them. Then they said we are going to be paying like 50% of the total amount it takes to actually take care of us for our healthcare in a 6 month period. So we're going to be paying like 30,000. That was what they said. 30,000 in a 6 month period to them every 6 months. So I was like, wait, it's good though, but even in 6 months, and I know they're sick in 6 months. Still, I want to see, okay, maybe that time that we have, we usually have that heavy rainfall, maybe because of mosquitoes and so. So, and for me to take care of myself in
Well,
that in that in that, in that
the
just one
reason
month.
for else sickness no go tell you saying they come now.
Not just 1 month. You know that. Not just 1 month. It just take me just 5,000 steps too much. I will take care of myself, and I'm good to go again. So I'm thinking 6 months 30,000. Another 6 months 30,000. Yeah, you want me? If I get that money, I don't go shop better. You see.
And
So
that is the mentality of the average Nigerian.
yes, now
The Lord is my
me how
shepherd.
many
I
times I
shall
get sick
not
in there
want. Sickness is not my portion.
at all.
Until it
God for
shows
that thing.
up.
So back to our 80-year-old man, we want to do president. So actually,
I just wanted to share the health insurance story. Eze is going to go first before you go.
okay.
Yeah, so
No
hang on.
problem.
Eze, are you there?
Yeah, I will go later, but I just want to make a comment on this NHIS
Okay,
stuff.
sure.
Yeah, so I think it's regional based because when I started in Borno State, is more functional than what is obtainable in the south. Now, in the south, when I work in the hospital, okay, in Borno State, I work as a hospital pharmacist, and then in the south, when I worked with a pharmaceutical company, we supply these drugs to tertiary hospital, state hospital, private. So from my observation, in private hospital, they have private NHIS, which is very functional, unlike what is obtainable in government hospital, where when you supply drug, now they have quotation for that will go for NHIS. So if you're going to NHIS, we don't just supply. When I supply, go to what we call detailing. We meet the doctors, tell them about my drug, prescribe it. Now, when you meet the NHIS doctors and try to educate them about your drug, they tell you no, that go and inquire from the pharmacist to know if it is covered. So the reality on ground is that the NHIS system that is run in Nigeria, there are some drugs, they tell there are some drugs that are not covered. So from observation, what is covered is basically normal drug they can get outside: paracetamol, ibuprofen, anti-malaria, like, relatively cheap drug. But in the north, when I was in the hospital in the north, you have some element of maybe antibiotics, even an expensive one like that, ciprofloxacin and what have you. So they cover to some extent. And that is because of the NGOs that are more in that area. So sometimes they tend to play some role in supplying some of those drugs in NHA, and that's why you can find some of them. So in summary, Nigeria is so complex
So
in the
so
sense
so
that
so basically, you are saying that the rules, in summary, from what I'm hearing, is the rules in the north are sort of slightly
yeah,
different from the rules in
yeah,
the south.
yeah, either so, or it will be that in the south, some of the NHIS they don't get it, and the reason,
What we prevent them
yeah,
from not?
and the, no, yeah, and the reason they tell you that the government have not paid, don't pay for
Ah,
this,
okay.
so they have acquired it over a long period of time, and they are
So
owing them.
so you have to
Hence,
pay.
they
You
can't
have to pay out
acquire
of you
more.
have to pay out of pocket
Yes.
if you want those drugs. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Whoo, Nigeria, my country. I
So
must say.
it's really pathetic. Like, it's really pathetic.
Yeah, it is. It is. All right. You say you are going to come back later, right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Boundless now. Boundless, give us your spiel.
Oh yeah. Um. So like yeah, you were talking about an 80-year-old that wants to do president actually, because then I was checking up this football coaches around the world, top football coaches in Europe, especially. So I was trying to check their ages. So, and I realized that not even one of them was above 66. I think 66 years, and that was Carlo Ancelotti. So imagine being a coach of a team, of just a team. All you have to do is travel with the bus once in a while. You go to the training field once in a while, and then you apply your football sense, and then some some other things, and then the stress. What I'm trying to say is the stress is not much, because all you have to do is just be there, and then open your mind and see what tactics you want to put in place. Then I'm now comparing that to an 80-year-old actually that wants to go for presidency, and I'm like, okay, the the presidency itself is not like you're just gonna be in a room, and then bring you they'll bring you reports, uh, uh, and then you just pass out information, and then they just go there and go get it fixed and everything like that. So it's a thing, you have to be on the move almost all the time, and you have to be very sharp. You know, actually, it's not like we are discriminating, no, or underestimating the wisdom of an 80-year-old. Actually, just that you have to it has some critical things you have to put in place, like demands, some like physical demands. Yeah, and physical demands usually is against that age related people. So, and then as you grow older, everyone knows your cognitive and physical demands actually decrease. It's not rocket science. So I was just checking all those things. So I was like, 80 an 80-year-old actually should be in his sitting room, maybe eating his cookies and licking his lollipops too. That kind of lollipop now. not not running up and down with a skater, and then getting all things wrong. And then there was this person that said that actually came on and said something like whatever we put out there concerning the fact that the president does not know what he's saying anymore, or does not know what he's doing in particular, or something like that. I don't think that counts. if you know you don't know, if you don't know what you are doing, or you suspect you don't know what you're doing, or you suspect you are not capable of actually doing up to. No, this job is not an easy job. It's not like chop job, like. But then, because they actually go there, or with the mindset of going there to chop their own national cake, and then to just they are not going there to actually fix the country, or to do the job that needs to be done. So they go there to embezzle, and to just, they don't mind whatever the country states gets before they step down. They just want to be there, get their share of the cake, and then they get out. So it's not, it shouldn't be a debate that an 80-year-old should not be running for presidency at this stage. Not a country, of the capacity of Nigeria. Maybe some other countries that are with lesser capacity, or smaller, what do you have, no, smaller capacity. So that's all. I just want to add that. That's all I want to say. Anyway.
All right.
Mm.
Thank you,
No worry.
Boundless. Thank you very much. Um, guys, it's been fun as we get ready to wind down the space today. As always, it's been an amazing, amazing, amazing experience with you guys. Preaching this gospel and sensitizing our people about Peter Obi's emergence potentially as the next president of the Federal Republic. So, PO is the party. PO is the party, guys. Wherever he goes, we'll follow. And we are also insisting Peter Obi or nothing. I said something yesterday on the space that I feel great. A gentleman said that too earlier on today on the space. I feel great selling Peter Obi. I feel like like I could sell Peter Obi in my sleep, and I'll wake up and I'll continue to sell him because it's so easy. It's so easy. Like it's effortless in a country like Nigeria. But if this coalition comes up with somebody else and they think that they are going to make obedience line up, and we are now with all these things when we are they talk now, as my mouth is sharp, so for PO, I will now turn around, I'll now be selling somebody else. Who is that person? Who? Can somebody give me a name in the lineup? Who am I going to be as excited as I am right now about to sell
Atiku.
them? So this is the man.
Amechi,
Atiku.
Amechi.
Atiku Dient.
See how, see how now they give me answers one by one.
Are they PH? At least Amechi. Are they with Amechi for PH?
For LMS Junction. You know, I've been leave for PH that year for Transamadi. Back in the days, man. All right. No, it's a fact. Who are we? I can imagine myself opening spaces, selling Amici. Hi, ew,
Inyama.
ew.
Inyama.
Jimmy, if I ever open a space like that, you will be the one to run it. Me, I'll just
You say what?
now you go run up. Me,
Go for big bad thing.
it will
Inyama.
be a very
Abacha
sad
buruku.
day, Jimmy. It will be like we are mourning, like we are in
But
mourning.
to joke apart, why has there never been any space created to sell article and or
Oh,
or like no space at all? Like why? Please help me answer before I ask the next question.
oh,
That will lead me to my next question.
yeah. Because if the followers think it's so great, Why are you coming for us? Just you go to your space and go sell him. Go sell him how he's your patriot and how he's and he's an amazing man. I have nothing against the vice president, former vice president. I've always said it, but it is my position that he's not the man at this time in our history. He's not. He's not. It's time for him to move on. I have never.
Tudo, you're overselling him by using the word amazing.
I mean, I think his children and grandchildren would think he is, right? Abacha's children are coming out after IBB launched his book and still singing their father's praise. I'm sure Abacha is dancing Shoki in the grave. Shoki Alejo. So the point is this: I have enormous respect for the former vice president. I have nothing against him. For those people who are accusing me of saying something, I have never, insulted or used any kind of foul language against the former vice president. I have never. If anybody thinks I have, go back to my spaces. They're all recorded. Crop it out and come and give it to me. Let me see. Never. I have always kept it civil. The argument we have been making is that he's not the man for the job at this time in our history. That is not an insult. We're not. I have never used any kind of insulting, foul language against the former vice president. I've never. I want us to get that very clear. But all we are saying is there is another man who is better fit for the position. If we love Nigeria, if we genuinely care about Nigeria, Peter Obi is the man. At this time, that is what the zeitgeist is saying in Nigeria. I don't care what Abati says, right? On a small little TV channel. I don't care what he says. Peter Obi is the man. It is that simple. It is that simple. If anybody else emerges that is not Peter Obi, we are stuck in a rut for the longest time. For the longest time. And maybe I'm going to join other Nigerians that are beginning to say, if Peter Obi does not become the next president, maybe they are done. They are done with Nigeria. That is a shame, Jimmy. That because
Yeah,
you have looked at it critically, right, Jimmy? And you are saying to yourself, at this point, I'm done.
Of course,
I'm done.
of course. That's the whole point. Honestly, it's that simple. That's the whole point. So people looking at us like these guys, they don't get work, they don't get job. Well, right now, part of my job is securing the future of my kids, and I would love to go to my country. Um, I mean, before I left, it wasn't the way it is right now. The level of kidnapping wasn't there was not even kidnapping before I left. So, but right now, yeah, it's messed up. So at least for the people back home, if you can, you don't have to make it a clean sheet. Return it back to the way it was before some of us left. Just return it. We left you with a country. What we have now is no more a country. You ruined it and you did not stand up to fight. It was in your care. And you got it all messed up. We left you with a country. What do we have left? Nothing. So yeah, I mean, for
you
me,
have Jimmy, you have corn.
this is the last lap for me, to be honest. So I'm going all out. I'm going all out. It's the last lap for me. I just pray PO gets the ticket. When PO gets the ticket, the coalition ticket, it's a wrap. That's the first phase. Then I'll rest. I'll rest and just wait for the proper time when the heat kicks off again, because it's level by level fight. Right now it's a civil war. We need to get the house in order and put the best, huh? The best out of the coalition that will go against this demon. That's the whole idea. And the bottom line of the coalition is everyone joining. They're coming with their resources, their connections, and everything. They're coming with the whole all hands on deck, right? Fair. But guess what? If PO is not on that ticket, if PO is not a ticket bearer, there is no coalition. It's a circus. It's as simple as that. Call it whatever you want to call it. If they want to have primaries, let it be among the Southerners. I know some people don't like hearing it, but it's the fact. That is what we want. That is how you play democracy. Let it be among the Southerners. The zoning thing, right? Let it be among the Southerners. Make Atiku go chill. I have no problem if they'll go hand over to Atiku by 2031. But you see, we need to let people taste what good governance, what it feels like. Eh? What it feels like. We need some of us. We need to taste it in our lifetime before we buy. Before we buy. But
Jimmy, before I want to ask you a question. So some people are saying that this cap, prosperity cap, that is trending in Kano State, that would be black cap.
Yeah, what's up with the
yes.
cap?
So they are saying that why is it not the coalition cap? That we are not that is not supporting the coalition. That is one question. Then second question. Second question you gonna answer be say, like it is difficult for me to understand how some of the obedience that are neutral, how they are triggered by number one, the tweet of Obi saying one term. They're saying no, he's not supposed to say so, it's not coming at the right time. Secondly, if Daddy is making some move, you know,
it's not the first time. He said it in 2022. He said it space the other day, and now he put it out as a tweet. The man he knows what he's doing. It's a political action that is sending a message out there. He's sending a message out there to let them know, because there was an agreement. Let me say that for the purpose of people listening for the first time. There was an agreement, and the agreement was for him to go for just one term. When he came on the space the other day, that question was the first question they asked PO. There is a rumor about you saying you're just going to use one term. And he said, even if it's just 2 years, I will make sure I stick to the agreement. And as a matter of fact, by the 28th of May, because they leave office by 29th, 28th of May, I'll be out of that place.
So you're not going to do handover?
Deliberately. So what he meant by that is his property from Asoro, everything go don't come out by the 28th. So him doing handing over will be on the 29th, and he knows as in they come out for the handing over in the going house for Anambra. The man is being specific about what he's going to do, and he knows this is someone that before the election he went to Egypt. They were mocking him. They were mocking him. They were saying all sorts of things about him. Say, hey, person we no serious. People they do campaign, they go Egypt. 2 years later, 3 years later, una power minister, my uncle, is referencing Egypt as one of the places they will have to go and learn about their power. Something we Obi don't do before. So they think this man doesn't. The way they belittle him, the way they see him as a cloud chaser. They see him as a noise maker. But what he's not even doing it for media. He does it like it's part of him. It's his natural way of doing things, and he's so used to it that it has become habit, and he cannot stop it. Is that bad? And he doesn't really care about whatever it is anybody is saying. Now, back to the cap thing you mentioned. That cap now is a symbol of PO. That is PO's new logo right now. You know the way they see all this Tinubu cap. If you don't see the infinity now, no say not Tinubu get that one. Lai Muhammad. Lai Wala. When you see that man heart, you don't even need to even say anything. Just put the heart there. You gonna see yes, this one Lai Muhammad. But you see this one. When you see this cap, You know the saying that says, put on your thinking cap. This is what it means. Peter Obi's official symbol of leadership, that is the cap. When they say put on your thinking cap, you will tell them, already done. Obi wears it every day. Because the black represents boldness, clarity, and integrity. Simple, because leadership isn't noise. It's solutions. You see the oval shape, like vision. Focus, always ahead, always inclusive. And you see the silence, deep gone, like Peter Obi. Results le mamari ni reaction. Results le mamari. So that cap is just not a symbol, it's a mindset. When you see that cap, you know, yeah, this is PO. Shari politics, yeah, tatan. We'll play it the way you guys want to play it. 2027. It is a live plan for a lot of us. It is. And we're not yielding back. And I always tell people that listen to me, I say, look, you're standing on the right side of history. Don't let them gaslight you. Stand your ground. Hmm? Stand your ground. All the people that have been going back and forth, they are meeting us here. We are here. Do you guys understand how consistent you've been all along? Every single thing we've been talking about is now unfolding right before us. Do you know what it is for you to go at people every time? It's because you're on the right side of history. What is good is good, what is bad is bad. You are on the right side of history all the time. Keshele. That is what people don't understand. So they will look at you like, I will be there until they rugged though. No, we are on the right side of history. And anything that has to do with lies, you can tell it now, but in the next 20 years, it will change. But you see anything truth, tell it 50 years ago, tell it today, tell it 100 years to come. The truth will always be there. And you see on top of this matter, hey, I'm a tato by we're always on the truth. And that's just what it is for us. So it's PO or nothing. Any day, anytime. Peter will be or nothing. And that's just the fact. So I don't know what people want to hear about this. We'll keep flogging it, we'll keep talking about it. And I don't care who's getting hurt by whatever it is we see. I don't care. Honestly speaking, nobody is paying me. The difference between myself and them is they are being paid. And the moment that money stops, they stop talking. But you see me, you should be scared of people like us. We have nothing to lose. We are doing it with passion. We are powered by the energy of truth, by wanting the right thing to be done. You can't place a price on it. You cannot. You cannot place a price on it. Can you see it? You can't place a price on it. So we're doing this for our country. Even the people we're fighting against, the whole Tinubu people, they don't even know. They are. It's not as if they're naive, but they don't know we're fighting for them, right? They know we are pushing for something that might take food from their table, but they don't believe that when PO works, when he gets into power, the system is going to work for everybody. They are looking at it like he's going to come after them, he's going to deal with them. No. The man quoted Mandela. Mandela was in prison for 27 years. He doesn't have time for all that. He shook hands with his captors, with his oppressors. He shook hands with them. That's leadership. That's you having the power to crush your enemies. But due to maturity, you just thought, you know what? The nation building is paramount to me. And that's exactly what he did. So when Bayo Ononuga was just typing nonsense, anyway, he's been schooled. But the point is this: the man quoting Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, JFK, and Mandela. Go and read the history about those three men. These are leaders. These are key leaders, and he strategically mentioned those names for a purpose. I give it to Peter Obi. He knows what he's doing. That man is no, he's not a, he's a prolific politician. He has like the he laughs, he does all that. That man knows what he's doing. Hey, Beteru, he knows what he's doing. Let them keep making fun of him. Let them keep doing that. Let them gaslight him. Let them say all sort of things they want to say about him. But his armies are here. We are here. We'll defend him anytime.
No, no, my brother, leave them alone.
Who bring that ringtone? Come, whose voice is that?
Who said that? Who said that? My brother, leave them alone. No, no, you don't need to go hard on them.
Who said that? I need to know. Izzy, you know well at all.
Now,
Oh my goodness.
Get back, Pastor.
You know, I thought Pio was on the space. I can't look my phone again.
You really sound like Hebrew.
I can't look. Say,
Jesus.
hold on. Pio did the space. Yeah, but yeah, thanks for that. That was needed. Thanks. Yeah, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're not doing. I'm preaching to the choir. If you have any receipt that they're paying me, well, go and bring it. I don't need to sweet talk anybody about that. I just believe in this man. I believe in him with all my heart, right? And that's just what it is. I don't care about his tribe, his religion. I believe in his message. I believe in his, and I want that for Nigeria. I want that for my country. Yeah, and I'll keep pushing for that. This is the last chance we have. This is the last chance because the 2023, well, we did that for a reason. And to be honest, a part of me still thinks I think it was good that we didn't actually hit the street because a lot of people might not like it. I didn't like it either. But I believe it has set obvious explanation to the people that look, they tried it the first time. They went by the books. They went by the rule of law. But that was what happened. This time around, nah, it's not gonna happen. It's absolutely not gonna happen. So another thing I was gonna mention is the so-called summit they did. I think it's a wake-up call for the obedient leadership. I'm not here to throw jabs at anybody, but I want them to sit tight and understand what happened at that summit. As what happened at that summit was,
Jimmy, you had a tweet that was powerful like that.
yeah, I just want to pass a message to the leadership need to do something. So I know the obedient are, we reply people, we give them gospels, but we need to be more structurized in a way whereby we handle it on a national scale and international scale. You see all these things we're doing, it's just on Twitter, right? We want to take the fight to them. And one thing that man doesn't like is international, um what's it called, international embarrassment. He doesn't like it. No, it doesn't. And I already told people, well, maybe they had a meeting yesterday with the leadership and diasporans. Something needs to happen as soon as possible. It needs to be so well coordinated whereby when they make a silly tweet or a threat whatsoever, at least all the obedience in diaspora, let me speak for those in America here. We have obedience all over the country, um, all the states. What is it going to take for obedience in Illinois, Chicago? We put out a statement. We rebuke that. We call it out for what it is. You speak to your senators. You speak to your, even as as little as your mayor, you speak to them, you let them know. What you don't understand is each state, they have the power, they have NGOs, they have legal representatives that can actually tackle some minor things like the likes of Edo State Governor. That reckless statement he made the other day. It's against democracy. It's against it. You report little things like that, and they put it into consideration. They put it into consideration. They can escalate it. They escalate it. They put it out there. Trump obviously doesn't like his ass. You speak to your senators. Report the killings of, emphasize more on the killings of the Middle Beltons and what is going on. It can be done coordinatedly, but I don't know what is going on. This whole Twitter thing is okay, right? We're handling it, but it's way more than Twitter. You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have YouTube. I love what this Governor Amunike is doing. Can we get 20 more of those? Can we get people that can keep making content like that? Flood the whole social media platform with content like that. Put it on YouTube, put it on Facebook, you target where they have their audiences and you just speak it the way they don't like it. Apply pressure. You're going against the incumbent. All this money that they are collecting anyhow, airport, 700 billion, $21 billion. What do you think they are getting ready for? Look at the summit they had. Imagine PU having summit and gathering obedience in Nigeria. You see the caliber of people that will be there. I know my Igbo brothers and sisters, they will turn it into a carnival. They will turn it into competition. Now, different people will carry Bentley, go the place. They will wear their what do they call this? Their attire. Everywhere go scatter. No be all those ones where they carry Momodu leather belts. All those ones they look physically malnourished. Intellectually they are malnourished. Physically they are malnourished. And you'll be looking at these. Are these the people we've been tweeting back and forth with? And what that they are already. Look at them.
They don't just look it, they are.
But
That's
that's
what they
not a
are.
summit now. That's not a
Obvious.
summit. Empowerment.
No empowerment
Empowerment.
or Ikore. Àjọ̀dún àwọn wèrè ni. You know, anniversary. Ẹ̀wù bẹ́líìtì tó wà ní ẹni tó ń bá ya fọ́tò. Podcasters in diaspora, engage with them. Ẹ jẹ́ kán bá
Facebook pages
Cool.
with their false narratives. All these APC usually see. Yeah, yeah. They are we should watch that.
Probably that's why.
Ah,
Yeah,
oh,
follow me back.
Here to, organize that plan from our action plan from our space yesterday.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Somebody volunteered to take action to organize something from an action plan from result from our space yesterday. Is that ball rolling or
Yeah,
we're
oh
still?
yeah, we are working on things. So, like I said, we secured the domain name for the website, um, obedientninjas.org. And I'm working with Elvis at the moment to build the website. He's going to link me up with another gentleman. So once the website is ready to go, we're going to start filling it with content. So just explaining what we're about. Pretty much it's about PO, our movement. Um, I think Elvis is coming up. Okay, awesome. Um, and all the other stuff like that. Um, and then we'll go from there. While we are running our spaces, while we're doing we're also going to go to TikTok. So I will explain when we exactly starting on what day of the week, um, to reach the people out there. And then on the ground, we don't. I just want to be announcing things. Like we don't sort of openly discussing some of these things. Um, I have people on the ground that I'm working with. They have reached out to me. I'm just still taking my time on some of the ideas they brought. So, but I don't want to juggle too many things at the same time. Just maybe try one, see how it turns out. For instance, Eze, you and I need to talk about, maybe we can say, okay, let's start with PH, for instance. Um, some of the, maybe from Uniport to UST and all these other all these other institutions out there now in River State. Let's see how we can do some kind of outreach to people, voting age people mostly, and then go from there, just to create some kind of buzz about it. I have a gentleman who is going to help us create design for T-shirts or shirts, I should say, generally, and then we just hand it out to people and get people asking questions. So I told him, let us say I'm a ninja, or hashtag obedient ninja, or then even use pigeon, because all of them no be English only. So something like na ninja be, or I be ninja, and then you wear that, and people will be like, what is this? And then you'll be able to explain, use it as a way to kind of talk to people. Then there are also other ideas of souvenirs. So all we're doing right now is just creating that awareness, um, sensitizing people, letting people know that PO is here. PO is the man, and whatever you see going on around you, whatever inducement, whatever. at least you are basically, you are, once you can get into people's minds in terms of letting them see um, what is the right choice and what is the right path to take, you have affected the work of those other people, whatever they need to do, and then we can focus on other things, which is whatever, protecting the votes and all these other things. But in terms of the actual voting and the choice of it, um, those are some of the ideas that have been presented to me that I'm also looking at. So as time goes on, I'm going to be announcing the progress we're making. For now, from last night, to your question specifically, domain name, website. Um, yeah.
Yeah, we said we also gonna come together, sometimes some secure
Yes.
this thing from diaspora like a pack,
Yeah.
and think out some things out before we
Yeah.
that would, because I don't I what I wouldn't like is to over put a lot of things on just you. If we all can come together,
No, absolutely. Absolutely. And the
you know.
idea, by the way, the idea of the the idea of the obedient ninja is not, we're not structured. I want to make that very clear. There's no hierarchy here. Um, I always want to maintain we are patriots. We are a loose network of patriots who can take the initiative in your own way, in your own community. So you're not looking up to any center, any central structure to tell you what to do. If you believe in the concept, you take it in your own community, your own neighborhood, whatever you can afford to do, you do it. Don't wait for leadership. Don't wait for PO. You tweet. You talk to people. You organize. Um, have a little shindig. I don't care. Bring food and drinks. Obedient ninja. Let get people curious. What is this? And then you go from there. That's really what it's about. So yeah, whatever you want to do, for instance, seeking, let's talk on the back channel. Yeah. So yeah.
I'm also interested in that hat. If we can incorporate that black hat
Yeah. Okay.
Pio is using, you know.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I actually have one here, but it's too small for me. So I have to get another one. I have to get another one. All right. Elvis, welcome. Please jump in and give us some good stuff.
Yeah, my brother. I
Where
hope
is
I'm audible.
Elvis?
You
Make
know,
I
Uh,
talk
I'm
first.
oh,
I'm
sorry,
I'm
Ha
sorry,
using.
sorry, Elvis. I'm so sorry. Elvis will be, by the
Yeah,
way, Jimmy.
ha wàhálà dé.
Yeah.
Elvis sì wà ní listener section torí Ọlọ́run kí ni gbogbo ilé báyìí.
Jimmy, go buy new phone.
Yeah, go and buy
Now
new Twitter.
Nokia phone you get.
Gimme, go and
Be
buy new
Na
like
Twitter.
Chief
eh,
Okoro. Wi-Fi
eh,
blazing.
iPhone 16 Pro Max kan ẹyí lọ farabalẹ̀
All
kí
right.
méjèèjì.
Idiakosa, go first, then we'll go back to Elvis.
Yeah. How's everyone
Jacosa,
doing?
Jacosa, I beg, wait first.
Who's that? Oh,
Boundless,
Chris.
yeah, Boundless, come, my Bonnie DM is, thank you, Jacosa.
You don't talk finish.
Yes, now Boundless I come
Okay,
for.
no shit, your shit. Hi everyone, Pure or Naughty Gang. I love this gang. You know, fantastic. Tudo, you're doing a great job, oh. I said, let me come and thank you, Tudo. Good job, man. Good job. I mean, people think that it is easy to host a space, man. It is not easy to be dedicated and also to be constant, doing it. So I give you all the kudos. You are doing lost work. Just, you are doing justice, and you will be on the right side of history. And to everybody who is part of this movement, Pio Peter Obi or nothing until he becomes the president in 2027. So yeah, Peter Obi forever. Jimmy, I want to ask you one question, and also with Tudo, it seems like there's a slight change from you guys submission. It seems like maybe you guys are towing the line of primaries. I thought it's consensus
primaries we want to, uh, it's like, I don't know. It's like when you say, oh, if there's only to the south, uh, then Obi should go and contest in primaries. Um, yeah, I just wanted to um, clarify stance from you guys. Is that the case, Tudo and Jimmy? Because now
So that
consensus primary we want to now consensus Abi, because you guys
No,
want to go
now
into
consensus. No, no, no,
a
no.
comrade hold on, you guys want to go into comrade zone.
No. So first of all, we'll never enter comrade zone because comrade is saying direct primaries. So, but keep it open. So even when I acceded to direct primaries, I said zone into the south. So what we're saying is that they're saying what I said was in response to the allegation that we are afraid. We are afraid to stress test our candidate. So I said we are afraid. Afraid of what?
It is no longer Peter B or nothing because I wanted oh my goodness. Let me request Michael make a call.
No. That's not that.
election, they zoned it to the southeast. Let's just use the word south. And when these no matter the candidate, people he was sponsoring the party nominated people like
saying South is a problem, especially when every 8 years. Unconstitutional, nonetheless, it's an
Yeah. I'm very happy you know, it's like we know it. The whole of Nigeria is knowing it, and I don't. He's waiting. Very nice guy. He made me a very wonderful website. He side to bring
Too.
Oh,
Elvis,
We lost him.
Boundless.
I dey crazy.
Okay.
Where I go again? I dey here.
Yeah.
Chris, now Chris tell you make you go check.
Guys, who was speaking? Nobody.
Tinubu
Speaker
now.
section.
Elvis not the Nigeria.
Listeners, go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to, what is it called? Sometimes when there's all the noise about, to game to not, or how the stuff go, how the selection process is to go. The reason why, um, initially, if we remember, this conversation evolved truly, because I feel an evolution. We thought when we do this thing that everybody's coming here, everybody's coming in coalition with their Jesus Christ mind. Okay. Now, because people did with their Jesus Christ mind, they were behind, they were doing key things,
Dr.
which
Nazai.
was
let's make it simple. Let us live. To confuse them. If you come with this But at a level, at one point, most of what was happening in the north, it's what I see now. Every day, the people are being huddled now. They don't have anything to throw at us again. Now the only thing they are bringing say, no, you can't change the nation in 4 years. And all when they came with that yesterday, I started laughing a victory laugh. I felt that now when a presidency will come out to come and talk about Kayamo, a minister, don't live in job. Now they don't put them into the con they talk. So let's leave these issues. Let's continue with our thing. Let's continue with our thing. Of P2B is nothing consensus candidate. And let's see how, let's actually now recruit. My advice is this. Backdoor Zoom meeting. We create the YouTube channel immediately. P2B or not. It reaches a lot of people. Oh, this I show you too. What does she do? Powerful video jingle. That's Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola day there. It's just to repeat it. Mona bosso malala.
Yeah. So from experience, what everybody will be using? Not like the version is different. Mr. Elvis rather, then the people will.
OBI on it. Would it be seen?
Okay, ready to make moves on different aspects. There should be some people doing this on the ninja there. It has to. It is
Yeah,
paramount.
Jimmy.
Okay.
Be identification. Since we are obedient around it, you know, either we want his face to be synced in everything. Let it be his face. His face. I know it sounds very cultish, but it is what it is.
Right.
I will second what Jimmy said. I would think
Right.
for now,
Because you guys will be moving
let's not
radical. You don't
involve
want
the
to have
face.
anything to do with that. Even if you approach you guys, you'll be like, no waiting, no concern. You just they do your own talking. We are
Exactly.
radical.
I think Elvis. So that was the concept our child was actually going for.
Right.
A PO space doesn't have to be on the
It
logo.
doesn't. It
That
doesn't.
would be
No,
too
I
much.
understand what Elvis is trying to
Yeah,
say
that
to
would be
let
too
them know that
much.
it's because of this man, right? But at the same time, it's a concept that, I mean, look at the Zik movement. At a point in time, Zik was like, no waiting, this one they don't do pass my power. I don't even know. I know.
changing the race of the person behind the ninja. That's a good one. So let him look like
That's
Nigerian.
number one. Then two,
Yeah.
it has to also reflect something that
If we want to push that for PO, it's a great one, right? But you see, this the ninja just pass a message about PO notebooks. You just drop it, maybe in the chemist or
Also,
something.
you are right.
The way that they dress this ninja, I no go surprise.
No.
No.
That's just that.
These people, and he had to go tell them that the people you are okay.
Just waiting to know whether if you've secured it. So that's every
so many policy topics. Causing the cost of governance, right? What alternative narratives, but
or something. He said you just check your DM.
na don't pay tithe.
No the ninja. This one will go use.
So don't worry, I sleep. I sleep. In fact, something that is and you even be tired of even putting on the black and Lagos really needs a whole lot of education. So I'm still awake, man. My sleep, even at 6 o'clock. When winning Lagos 2027, so I go the shuffle.
Oh, you're the man. You're the man. That
Vibrato.
is Elvis.
Work we dey do. So why not all of us who are thrown in
Twitter handle, sorry.
Do what?
Twitter.
DEM.
you will see that this same docile or takes office. That's how Nigerians are. You know, you can call it electoral behavior or go back the Nigerian soul because the Nigerian soul is dead. It is having gotten to Aso Rock where there is
And it's
free. When you load a 1,000 naira worth of data, before people can. Right now, they are just shredding yam into pieces and
that I open up like a blog or something that the how like